From rolling tumors to roaring lampooners, the Tigers on a Roll show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello to the Auburn faithful, and thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And welcome back to Tigers on a Roll, your unofficial home for everything Auburn Athletics. It is a massive week on the Plains and beyond. And we've got the second game of the basketball season tonight, a huge test on the gridiron on Saturday, and a top 10 showdown in Neville Arena for the volleyball team this weekend. There is so much more action, so let's get right into it. We have a packed house at Neville all week long, starting with men's basketball tonight through Thursday, tonight is Thursday, November 6th, home opener against the Merrimack Warriors from Massachusetts at 7 p.m. on the SEC network. And after an overtime nail-biter, 95-90 against Bethune-Cookman in the season opener, it is clear that the Tigers have some offensive firepower, but they need to tighten up on defense. This team is rebuilding after losing a massive senior class, including Janai Broom, Dylan Cardwell, and Chad Baker-Mazzara, but we don't talk about him anymore. But the new faces are already making an impact. Keyshawn Hall was dominant in the opener, dropped 28 points, and set the free throw record in a game for Auburn or something like that, or at Neville Arena. He ended up going 16 for 18 on the night after starting a little slow. And look for, obviously, sophomore guard Tahad Pettiford to be pushing that pace for Stephen Pearl and hopefully get hot from deep. He really hasn't yet this season, so that's kind of his MO, and we will see if the Tigers can't find that groove tonight from beyond the arc. And their opponent, Merrimack, not to be taken lightly, that's for sure. They lost their season opener, but they are famous for the make chaos zone defense, which is 15th in the nation in scoring last year, or scoring defense last year. And they will try to slow down Auburn, so it will be quite the clash between the two strengths of each team. We're going strength on strength, which will be strength on strength in the football game too. We'll get to that in a second. But Auburn is a 25.5-point favorite. Certainly going to be a game that is going to be a great test for this new roster's discipline and chemistry, and see if they can't adjust from the last few games. Some of the issues that have reared their heads. Hopefully, Steven and the boys have been working on that this week, and we'll see what they implement against Merrimack to make a little bit of a change there and see if they can tighten up down on the defensive side of the court. If it's staying with basketball, the women are right behind them. The women's basketball team tips off their first game in Neville this Saturday after returning from Charlotte for their season opener, November 8th at 1 p.m. Against Alabama State. And this will be our first look at home for Larry Vickers, who's the head coach of this year's squad. And it'll be exciting to see them in action. I believe they're handing out new era toilet paper rolls for the women's basketball game this week. And that team is built on veteran leadership with seniors like Maya Petticord and Caitlin Duhan leading their charge. But I'm personally excited to see the new faces that we brought in this year, including 6'8" center Eric Angui. Pretty incredible stuff that they've got going on, and I'm excited to see what their new look team puts on the court for the women's side of the basketball programs this year. And the season is very, very young, so we will all be keeping an eye on them and stay on a roll as their season progresses. But both basketball teams at home this week, which is great for the students, and will certainly give both teams some serious home court advantage, which Neville is known for. Also in Neville, looking for the home court advantage. Friday night, November 7th, Auburn Volleyball hosts number 6 Texas A&M. The Aggies and the Tigers will be playing at 6 p.m. that night. And this is an absolutely huge SEC matchup. The Tigers have been monsters at the net all year. They average nearly 3 blocks per set, which is significantly higher than their opponents. And they will need every single one of them against a top 10 A&M squad. Neville Arena needs to be loud for this one. Volleyball has gotten some incredible showings over the last year or so with their home crowds. Military Appreciation Night. The football team just did theirs. I believe Equestrian's doing theirs this weekend as well. But Military Appreciation Night, show up, get some free swag, and go see the volleyball girls beat a top 10 SEC opponent. Get out there and support the Tigers in the massive conference showdown across the board, because we have got some more. But before we get to those, we are going to get a word from our sponsors. Brahma Marketing is your one-stop shop for everything from signs and apparel to high-impact vehicle wraps. As a certified 3M graphics company, they guarantee quality and durability. They've partnered with Graystar Real Estate, Prisma Health, HD Supply, and more. Stop blending in and start standing out. Visit BrahmaMarketing.com to get started on your next project. War Eagle from the Orlando Auburn Club. Are you an Auburn alum or fan living in the Orlando area? This is more than just a club. It's your official connection to the Auburn family right here in Central Florida. The club hosts watch parties and networking events for past, current, and future Tigers and their families. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and online at orlandoauburnclub.org. The game everyone is waiting for, the 4 and 5 Tigers head to Nashville this Saturday, November 8th, for a 3 p.m. Central kickoff against the ranked number 15 Vanderbilt Commodores. That's right. Unfortunately for us, Vandy, 7-2 on the season, and this is a massive SEC road test for the Tigers, who are coming off an absolutely brutal and embarrassing 10-3 slugfest against the worst team in the conference, Kentucky, that led to the firing of Hugh Freeze, and DJ Durkin serving as the interim coach going into this game against Vandy. The game will be just like the basketball, folks. This game will again be strength on strength. Auburn boasts the 23rd ranked defense in the nation, allowing just under 18 points per game, and a rushing defense that is ranked 9th. And we are going to need it because Vandy has the 8th ranked scoring offense in the country, putting up nearly 38 points a game. And Vegas is thinking the same. Vandy's listed as a 6.5 point favorite. Can Auburn's defense stop Vandy's offense? It'll be one in the trenches. No doubt Durkin will bring some heat, but will the offensive line be able to protect Ashton Daniels? Only time will tell. The offense has got to find the spark everyone keeps talking about. They are 99th in scoring, and that will just not pass muster against the Commodores. They are a very dangerous scoring team. They have a high-flying offense when they want it. They can get in the end zone. And the key to this one, again, for like the 6th week in a row, will be establishing the run game with Jeremiah Cobb, who's definitely been a bright spot. He's averaged like 87 yards per game this season, and I don't know that anyone saw that coming. And hopefully Nix has schemed up something for Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton to get into position to make some huge plays, because both of those guys right now are on the stat sheet underperforming thanks to Hugh Freeze's absolutely atrocious offense that he was deploying for the last few weeks, certainly against Kentucky. But Nix needs to put them in position to make some huge plays. And on defense, it's all about stopping Diego Pavia. He is a true dual threat quarterback. He has beaten Auburn like 3 years in a row at 2 different schools. Absolutely at Hugh Freeze's number. 18 passing tutties this year with 6 rushing. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I think that our boy Xavier Atkins, who has been Jimmy on the spot for Durkin's unit, I think Debo in the defense, the defensive front will disrupt Vandy, will disrupt Pavia's rhythm, and if the Tigers want to pull off an upset in Nashville, that is going to be the recipe. Champ Anthony is out. Debo Atkins is going to need to step up, and so are our young safeties. And hopefully we can get some pressure on those gaps, contain Pavia, and kind of get a repeat of what we had last year before Peyton Thorne had some pretty ugly turnovers, and that might have been the one at home year before that, but some ugly turnovers. We were able to put the kibosh on Pavia's game plan for the most part of the year of the game last year, and I think that they're going to be able to draw that up again. We've got even better players in the defensive backfield, and we will see how this pans out for the football team. You can catch that game on the SEC network. This is an absolutely must-win for the Tigers if they want to secure bowl eligibility against Mercer in a couple of weeks, which would be huge for DJ Durkin because, unfortunately for DJ, the next 3 matchups, 2 of them are top 15 ranked teams. I don't think anyone has super high expectations for Auburn to win those games, but if DJ Durkin can win those games, I mean, wow. What an interview for the head coaching job. What an audition. Absolutely crazy. We'll see, though. If he can win this one, you get it against Mercer. If you beat Mercer, drop this one, you need it against Bama to, first of all, ruin Bama's season, and second, to go to a bowl game for the first time in like two years? When did Baby Goat play in Nashville? 2 years ago? Something like that. Absolutely must have this year is to play that 13th game. And the Auburn Tigers are positioned to do it. We'll just see if they can capitalize on it. But in the meantime, while we wait for Saturday afternoon, here is the Tigers on the prowl for this week. You have on Saturday at 11 a.m. the perennially powerful Auburn Equestrian team hosts South Carolina for their own military appreciation meet. So head over to the Auburn Equestrian Center to watch the number 3 equestrian team, or tune into SEC Network to catch that live action with the horses. We have got both tennis teams in action this week, fighting for national bids at the ITA South Sectional Championships. The men, including Billy Blades and Nasridinov, are in Athens, Georgia, while the women, led up by top singles player DJ Bennett, are competing down in Baton Rouge. And finally, if you want a sneak peek at the 2026 spring squads, the Tigers' fall ball schedules are wrapping up. Softball is at home, Jane B. Moore Field, for 2 games, Friday at 5 against Wallace State and Saturday at 11:30 against Florida State. Baseball hits the road for one last fall scrimmage, playing Kennesaw State on Saturday at 11 a.m. And that is a full schedule for all kinds of Tigers. There is no shortage of action on the plains, and we will be rolling along with them while those Tigers are out there looking to secure some W's. We're hopping off to go watch some Tigers basketball, but as always, War Eagle, and we will see you.